Hello, welcome in. I'm really glad you're here. Today it's going to be a really fun day of makeup. I've got a bunch of new products to try, most of them from the drugstore, but I do have a few higher end products. I'll be trying the L'Oreal True Match. This is in their new formulation with hyaluronic acid. A new eyeshadow from Wet n Wild. This is Heart and Soul. I have a new brow product. This is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Creator. A new highlighter from Fenty Beauty. A blush brush from IT Cosmetics. And I'm so excited to be trying the new BK Beauty line of lipsticks and lip liners. These are in such beautiful packaging. I can't wait to try them on. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. We're going to hop right into the makeup today, and as always, all products that I use and mention today will be listed and linked below, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into it. For a primer today, I'm going to be using the Hard Candy Smoothing Primer Balm. This is such a nice primer, and I think it gets overlooked because it's so inexpensive. I think I found this right at Walmart. This is really a beautiful pore-filling primer with a real delicious feel on the skin. It's very, very smoothing and lays down just a great base for foundation. I'm just going to smooth that all over my face, and I like to make sure that I get it underneath my eyes so my concealer will lay down and act nice. For eyeshadow primer, I'm going to be using the Too Faced. This is their Shadow Insurance. It says 24-hour anti-crease. I don't know about you. I don't think I've ever worn eyeshadow for 24 hours. A tiny bit, tap it in between two fingers and onto the lids. This doesn't have a color correcting feature like the Anastasia Beverly Hills or the Beauty Pie eyeshadow primer, which I think I kind of prefer. Because I'm older and I have a lot of discoloration on my lids, that color correction really makes a difference for me. But we'll go with this today and see how it works. I picked up the new Revlon Color Stay Brow Creator. This is a micro pencil, powder, and brush. I got it in the color blonde. Really a beautiful pencil here. They did a nice job. So it has a twist up right here. That's nice. Then on the other side is a spoolie. Oh, okay. And then you open it up here and the powder is right there. That's pretty interesting. I like that packaging. I'm just going to start at the base of my brows and fill them in. This color is looking pretty good. Let me show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. So if you have blonde hair, you can see it's a really nice light taupey color. Okay, let's give that powder a try. So it comes out right like this. You can see it just unscrews. And then I guess you just tap it into your brow and fill in the areas that need it. That's actually pretty cool. It's kind of adding extra color, but not in a really heavy way, to the parts of my brows that are a little bit more sparse. Just brush it through. Oh, I think that looks nice. I like that color a lot. It's not too red. I was in Walmart shopping and I drifted into the makeup department and I saw this new palette from Wet n Wild. You know, I say new, but I'm not sure if it actually is new. It's new to me. I just thought the colorway was so very pretty. I don't think I've tried any of these tin pan palettes from Wet n Wild. This one really caught my eye. So we have some beautiful pink and peachy tones in here, and I love the fact that they threw in this raspberry color here down in the corner. I have not used this. I haven't even swatched it. So let's go ahead and look at some of these shades and see what we have here. Oh my gosh. Aren't those beautiful? Wow, those shimmers are gorgeous. Let's go ahead and swatch some of the mattes now. We've got to get this raspberry color down here in the corner. Okay, so those are a little bit harder to see because the mattes don't swatch as bright. But oh, that raspberry color is so very pretty. I'm going to start with this color right up here in the corner and go in with my BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy. This is the 503 brush. Big fluffy brush, lays down a lot of color really nice and quickly. So just above my natural crease, put a light coating of that to create a transition between the crease area and my brow. Now I'm going to take that same brush and go right next door to this little bit darker peachy color, and that's going to go deeper into the crease and down on the outside of my movable lid. want to start building up the depth in the crease, keeping it really light and soft. I'm going to take that same brush and just really blend the edges out. Not sure where I want to go next. Let's see. So there's a deeper plummy brown right down here, kind of a warm brown. Up here, it's a little bit more of a neutral brown. We have a beautiful bronze here, a really soft rose shimmer, and then a gold shimmer down here in the corner. I think I'm going to go into this deep brown right here with a little detailed brush. This is the Angie Hot and Flashy 502 brush. So I'm going to get a little bit of this right on the tip of those bristles. Tap it off, and that's going to go right deep into the crease and on the outside of that movable lid. Wow, that's such a pretty color. These shadows are going on just beautifully. Not seeing any fallout, and the color payout is nice. Now I'm going to go back in with that big fluffy brush and just blend that out. Just want to soften up the edges. I try not to get my eyeshadow color outside of this area right here. I find if I bring it down too far, it just brings my eyes down. It doesn't give me the lift I'm looking for. Just softening up those edges. Now I'm going to take my finger and dip into this rose shimmer right here. This looks so very pretty. You can see it on my finger. Let me put it on the back of my hand so it's easier for you to see. Isn't that pretty? Really a nice shimmer glow to these shadows. And that's just going to go right on my movable lid, almost all the way in towards the corner. Back in with that big fluffy brush and just blend that edge out into the crease color. Now I'm going to take a small little detail brush and go into this gold shimmer right here, and that's going to go right on the inside corner of my movable lid, just to brighten up that area a little bit. For foundation today, I have the new formulation of the L'Oreal True Match Nude. This is a new formulation of a very popular product that's been around for a long time. They've added hyaluronic acid to it. It says tinted serum with 1% hyaluronic acid. I picked it up in the color Very Light. It's a nice bottle. It seems like it's bigger than the other True Match bottle. I do have the original True Match formula. This just seems bigger to me. I don't know if the bottle's just a different shape, so it looks bigger, or if the glass is thicker, or what. Comes with a dropper. I'm going to go ahead and just put some on the back of my hand. And I got way too much. I don't know if that dropper is very functional. I'm just going to place that around my face. Personally, I think I would have preferred a pump. Start working that over my skin. I'm curious to see if the finish on this is going to be any different than the other formula. Is it going to look more glowy? Is it going to look more hydrating? You know, it's blending in all right, but to be honest with you, I can't really tell any difference between this formulation and the original. It doesn't necessarily look more dewy or more hydrating, and it didn't blend out any different. As a matter of fact, I don't know that it blends out as well as the original formula. Now I'm just going to press it in with my sponge. It's probably a little bit too light, but I can definitely warm it up with bronzer. You know, I'll have to say, I don't know that I'm crazy about this foundation. It looks okay. It doesn't look great. I don't think it's made my skin look necessarily dramatically better. I don't know, you guys. I'm kind of on the fence with this. I'm going to use my under eye corrector. This is from Beauty Pie. It is their super luminous, I think, under eye corrector. I really like this formula. It does what the Pixie Beauty under eye corrector does in that it really cancels out my purple circles, but it has a little bit of a luminous quality to it that brightens up my under eye area, which I really appreciate. Today I'm going to use my Tarte Ultra Creamy Under Eye Concealer. I'm in the color 12N. I love this concealer. I think of all the concealers I've found recently, and I love a lot of them. I do have some good concealers on my list now. For some reason, this is the one that I just have the most fun playing with. There's something about this formula that just seems to work for me. This is my BK Beauty 205 brush. I know so many of you have said that you love the Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush, which I have right here. I actually prefer the 205 brush from BK Beauty. But I have used this for my concealer. It is a good brush. I just like this one. I think it's because the tip is just smaller. It's easier for me to get into the tiny little areas. Just going to pat this out underneath my eyes. And then the magic happens when I go back in with my sponge. Before I do any more work on the complexion, I'm going to use my 4-in-1 Perfector. This is from Maybelline. It's a luminous formula. I just feel like this foundation needs a little bit of help. So I want to add a little bit of depth to the complexion. Got a little bit of that on my cheekbones. Brighten things up a little bit. One of the things I'm noticing with this foundation, it just seems flat. It didn't create a very pretty look on my skin. Now I feel like I at least have a little bit of glow. For bronzer, I'm going to use an old favorite. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the color Sunkissed. I love this formula. It really is beautiful. On the back of my hand, you can see it here. It's just like a perfect tone to warm your face up. Not too orange, not too cool. I'm going to go in with my pointed taper brush from e.l.f. Get a little bit on, tap it off, and then just start working that over my face. This really adds such a beautiful tone to the skin. It looks really natural too. Isn't that pretty? Underneath my chin and down my neck. Now I'm going to go in with the 103 brush from BK Beauty. This is a big fluffy brush just to blend everything out. I was going to use the Revlon Ravishing Rose blush, but you know this eyeshadow is tinting out more peachy orange than I had anticipated. So I'm going to switch to this Catrice blush. This is Blooming Hibiscus. I think this is going to work a lot better with the colorway. To apply it, I'm going to use this new IT Cosmetics brush. I heard about this brush from Mrs. Melissa M here on YouTube, and she did a little demo in a video she did a while back. I'll try to find it and list it below, where she demonstrated how this brush works so much better for blush than any other brush she had. It was really effective and compelling. And you know what I did? It was one of those things where I was watching a makeup video, I paused the video, went and bought the brush, and then came back again. So this is the IT Cosmetics brush. It's their Heavenly Luxe line airbrush blush. It says number 20 on it. I'll have it listed down below if you want to check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and tap it into the Blooming Hibiscus. Get a little bit on the bristles and just apply. Oh, wow. That is a great blush brush. Wow. And that color looks so pretty too. Doesn't that look so much better with that eyeshadow than the pink blush? Okay, that's a good brush. Thank you, Mrs. Melissa M. Great suggestion. Now I'm going to go back in with that big fluffy brush again and just blend that out. And I really want to focus on the edges so that they just blend smoothly into the complexion. All right, that is a good blush brush. That was definitely worth the money to me. I'm really excited about this highlighter. I think the colorway is going to go really good with the look today. This is from Fenty Beauty. It's her Kilowatt highlighter line. And this is the Girl Next Door and Chic Freak combination. Isn't that just so very pretty? So it looks like Girl Next Door is the pink and the Chic Freak is more of the peachy gold. So let's put them right here. Okay, so this is Girl Next Door and this is Chic Freak. Aren't those just so very beautiful? More of a peachy gold tone here, more of an icy with a pink undertone here. I think for today I'm just going to go back and forth between the two and just a little bit. Wow. Instant glow. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I always like to put just a little bit on the front of my cheeks. And I'm going to put a little bit of this at the top of my shadow area. Now I'm going to go back in with that big fluffy brush and just blend everything out. I'm looking pretty glowy now, don't you think? To finish up with the complexion, I'm going to put a little Milani Prep Set and Glow on that big fluffy brush, tap it off, and then I just pounce this all over my face. This just gives the most subtle, beautiful glow to my complexion. As you guys know, this is probably one of my all-time favorite makeup products. Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Now I'm going to line my eyes and tight line with the Milani Lay Liner. And for mascara, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara Base and the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, and I'll be right back. Now we get to the exciting part, trying the new BK Beauty lipsticks. I actually got these in PR, and there's 5 lipstick colors and 4 lip liners. I haven't tried them. I haven't even swatched them. I wanted to wait and do it with you guys. Today I'm going to be using Sweet Pea in the lip liner and Self Love in the lipstick. One of the things I want to say about these lipsticks, this is the nicest lipstick packaging I've ever had. It is absolutely gorgeous. First of all, it's just beautiful. You can see it's a very soft, dusty pink color. Look at how pretty that bullet is. And here's the really cool thing. I know it's a little thing, but it means so much to me. It's magnetic. Oh my gosh, these lipsticks are so beautiful. I am going to do a full video where I try on all the lip liners and all the lipsticks, and we can really see what the collection looks like. I really am a big fan of the BK Beauty line. Everything I've tried from them has been just really top quality. So let's go ahead and swatch these and see what they look like. So the lip liner is Sweet Pea and the lipstick is Self Love. And here they are right here. So this is the lip liner Sweet Pea and this is the lipstick Self Love. The lip liner has a different style to it. It's an angled liner that you twist up. It has a little bit thicker tip than a lot of lip liners. Super creamy. I actually like that shape. So here we have the lip color. Here we have the finished look. Let's talk about today. I have things to say. For me, the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Serum, it's a no-go for me. There's really nothing that I liked about this foundation. First of all, this dropper doesn't work. I tried to get product into the dropper, it never got there. And it got really, really messy around the lid. Can you see that? It just made a mess. I much prefer a pump application. As for the way the product performed itself, it just didn't do anything nice for my skin at all. It didn't make my complexion look more elegant or more smooth or more hydrated or anything. It just sort of sat on my face. The coverage was just okay, and I'll have to tell you, there's just no reason why I would use this foundation again. If you have used it and you love it, put it in the comments down below, because maybe it's just my skin type, maybe it's the bottle I got, I'm not really sure. When it comes to drugstore foundation, I can say that the Revlon Color Stay, love this foundation. It's a drugstore price like the L'Oreal. This is probably less expensive. This looks beautiful on my skin. Goes on really well, blends in wonderfully. So between the two, I would absolutely go with the Revlon Color Stay. This for me, huge fail. The Wet n Wild Heart and Soul Tin Pan Palette, what I can absolutely say is that the formulation really is beautiful, particularly for a very, very low price drugstore product. No fallout, lots of pigment, blended out like a dream. Here's my comment about the colorway. It didn't really work for me. It tints out very orange, as you can see on my eyes. Orange doesn't work for my colorway. It just really doesn't flatter my skin tone or the rest of the colors I've got going on here. If this colorway works for you, oh my gosh, I can say run, don't walk, and pick this palette up for the price. It's absolutely delicious. I will probably try another one of these Tin Pan palettes from Wet n Wild because there's such a great formula at just a great price point. Another run don't walk is this Blooming Hibiscus blush from Catrice. I hadn't planned on using this today, but I am glad that I pulled it out. If you haven't seen this blush in person, it is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful peachy pink color with a gold shift to it, and it really does add the most beautiful look on your cheeks. I have used this a number of times. It has looked gorgeous every single time. And this brush from IT Cosmetics, this is a hit. Thank you, Mrs. Melissa M, for suggesting this. It's almost like a stipple brush. In other words, it has a little bit of air in between the bristles up here. It just does a really beautiful job of applying blush. Up to this point, I haven't found a blush brush that I love. This one I love. The Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the color Sunkissed. Beautiful bronzer. Nice silky formula like it says, and just a beautiful color that sculpts out the face and adds warmth at the same time. So high praise for the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in the color Sunkissed. I like this brow pencil very much. This is the Revlon Color Stay Brow Creator. The fact that it has a twist up and a spoolie and then that powder in the middle, here I'll show you it right here, you just separate it out. I think it's a great idea. I would like to try a little bit darker color just to see how that works for me, but all in all, I think this is a clever product at a nice drugstore price. The Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter. Wow, so in love with this particular product. Of course, the pink here and the more golden peachy tone here, really beautiful product, gorgeous packaging. Love the way it looks on the skin. Big fan of this one. And the BK Beauty line of lip liners and lipsticks. What can I say? Beautiful quality product. Love that lip liner. You know what's interesting is that as you twist it up, you can have a broader lip liner application or use that tip for a thinner edge. I think that's really quite clever. And the lipstick itself, very, very creamy, feels delicious on the lips. The packaging on this is absolutely stunning. I'll be doing a full video on this whole line of lipsticks. They're a big hit with me. Well, we had some winners and some losers today. It's always fun to learn about new products. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 and over 60 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I get so tickled when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.